Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Side Hustle Crafter. In this video, I will show you how to make this fun rainbow ornament made out of air dry foam clay, sprinkles, and some glitter. So to start, I chose purple for the base of the ornament, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time just warming up the clay and then rolling it out nice and flat. And the base of this ornament will be one layer, so you want to make sure that that base is pretty thick. And I'm going to grab my stainless steel square cookie cutter, and here I'm adding a little bit of oil to the cookie cutter. This is just an olive oil, and this is just to ensure that the clay doesn't stick to the cookie cutter. And once you've got that cookie cutter in the clay, you're going to pull away from the sides all the extra clay, and make sure you get that clay back in your bag because air dry foam clay will dry out pretty quickly. Next step, I'll choose 5 colors to make the rainbow portion of the ornament. And you can choose any colors you'd like. I just chose these pastel colors, and we will make 5 strips or ropes out of these colors. And I will use this silicone mold to make the strips of the rainbow. So to start, I will start rolling out my first color, and I'll just warm up the clay a little bit in my hands and then roll out a thin strip of clay. And then once you have that strip thin enough, you're just going to put it right into the mold, so you can choose whichever design if you have this particular mold, whichever design you'd like, and just start pushing that clay in until you have it all the way to the end, and then you're just going to cut off the excess clay. Then we just flip the mold over and peel it back and release the clay, and then you can of course fix if there's any little edges sticking out, you can just tuck those under. Then we just repeat the same process for all of the remaining colors. And as I make my way through the strips, I'm going to take each one and start to shape it a little bit just so it's the round shape of the rainbow. And I have a mold here, and I've just flipped that mold upside down, and I'm placing each of the strips one on top of the other as I go, just to start forming the shape. Once you've completed all your colors, you're just going to take those strips and kind of start to form them a little bit tighter of a shape for the rainbow. And then just grab a ruler. I'm using my stainless steel ruler, and you're just going to cut off those ends to make everything nice and even. And be sure to save that extra clay. Just let it dry out, and then you can actually cut your own sprinkles from it. Next up, I'm going to grab my water bottle, and I am going to spray the base of this ornament, and grab your rainbow strips and just place it right there onto the base of the ornament. And I did spray the base because I feel like the rainbow clay was drying out just a little bit, so the water will help it stick to the base. Next up, I'm going to form the dots to make the clouds. So I did grab this silicone mold that has these different designs, and I did oil the mold, grab some white clay, and roll out that white clay and just start pressing it into your mold. And then grab your scissors and just start cutting each of the dots apart. Then start grabbing one at a time and placing them together to form a circle. Then I'll grab this silicone mold, I'll use the back of it, and just put a little pressure down on the circle to flatten out the dots. And repeat the same steps to make the second cloud. Then I'll grab a little bit of pink air dry foam clay and I'm just going to add a pink dot to the center of each of the clouds. I'll grab my water bottle and just spray the back of the clouds and then stick those down to the base of the ornament, but covering up the edges of the rainbow. And I love how this is looking so far. And next up, we're just going to add some heart accents all around the base of the ornament. And I'll use the silicone mold to make a few different sizes of hearts, and I chose 2 colors to make the hearts, but of course you can choose any colors you'd like and any sizes or whatever type of accents you'd like. And I just wanted to add here that if you wanted to make this a hanging ornament, at this point before you add those hearts to the base, you'd want to put the holes in the top of the ornament, so you'd likely need 2 holes for this ornament. So add those holes now so that later you can add some ribbon to the top. And to make the holes, you can just use the back of a paintbrush. But I'm going to leave this as is. I'm not going to make any holes. You can definitely do that for this piece, but you can also add magnets to the back. Once this piece dries completely, you can add some small magnets to the back and use it as a magnet. And to help those hearts adhere to the base of the ornament, we'll go back to our water, spray a little bit, and then just start spreading out the hearts wherever you'd like. Now I'll grab my clear tacky glue and add that all over the base of the ornament, and also the rainbow and the clouds. And then grab your paintbrush and just start spreading that out. And for sprinkles, I chose these pastel flowers and butterflies, and now you're just gonna add these to the ornament and they'll adhere down to the glue. So just spread them out however you'd like, and the amount is totally up to you. And we're almost at the last step here. I think this looks great just like this, but we are gonna go in with some fine glitter and just sprinkle that all around the entire ornament. Use as much or as little glitter as you'd like. And this is our final result.